welcome to FMTraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. I'm here with the wonderful Nick Hunter, a senior engineer at RCC. We're always lucky to have him on the show. He has a really unique way of dealing with and interpreting a FileMaker. And we're very lucky he's here talking about a variety of topics. Some more simpler topics, actually, but still with that Nick flair, so always fun. We are finishing up today's mini-series on variables, so we'll be doing that. And then tomorrow will be 20 free FileMaker MBS functions to change your development with Christian Schmitz. Friday will be FileMaker charts, the speed of AI, which will be interesting. And then next week we start the mini-series again, another mini-series with Nick, FileMaker auto-enter calculations, always an interesting topic. So, real quick, if you'd like to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. We have our FM Training annual subscription bundles. Basic Plus Complete. The only important thing really is that this has, I think, all of our videos, but no FileMaker. This has all of our videos and FileMaker. This is kind of like the base of the videos. If you don't like the live streams, you don't like our format, this is probably the answer to that problem. They're 9 to 20 minute bite-sized, highly contained, very animated on a variety of really simply titled topics. Like there'll be like a 20-minute video about variables, like basics variables and auto, and all the jazz we talk about in the streams we talk about here, just in a different format and more easily searchable in some ways. So it's got that. If you have bought it, thank you very much. Seriously, it helps keep the channel running. We do this 5 days a week. So, okay, with that being said, I think I'm done talking for the moment. Nick, what are you doing today? How is it going to be cool?
Hello, Marge. Thank you, everybody, for joining the webinar today. So, yes, that the last day on the variable, and then next week we start the auto entry calculation. So, but the auto entry calculation will be like a relookup versus auto entry. So last time when I talk about this, I didn't get a good example. Now I have some. Okay. And I put down everything, because sometimes you do things, you say, oh, that's a good webinar, right? And then impossible to remember, like 2 hours later. So now I'm writing down, right, all the good ideas. So yeah, the auto entry calculation will be interesting next week. I'm going to be in deep on this, right? And because it's a very important topic. So we went there many times, but the boss told me it's not a problem if we repeat again, because we come with a new way, and so it get better. It's like a wine, it's get better with time, right? So today is the last day on the variable. So yesterday we learned how to send a variable from one script to another script, right? And today, because the audience asked for, so we are going to do the same between two files, okay? So that the file is not shared, but it's the same thing, right? It's share or not share, that doesn't matter. They're the same thing. So I have two files here. I have this file, I have other file here, and I have this one here. So I'm going to do the experience on how to do that, right? So how to send a variable, and since we're going to have some time, we're going to play a little bit with those two, with those two files like this. We're going to play a little bit with this, because I'm pretty much done with the variable. So these two things, and after that we have some question, and we can do whatever you want. Okay. So I have two files. So first I need to connect those two files together, right? So I'm going to start with the variable file, and I'm going to go to the external data source, click new, right? And then here we're going to add a file. So here the file is on the desktop. So I want to link that file, right? So now this will be linked. So the two files now are linked together. Okay. So now I can go, and I can even I can go to the other file, right? So I have this and this. Okay, so I have two files here now. This one, the current file, and the other file. Okay. So they are linked together. So now we can do many things here, right? And the first thing we can do is to send variable to the other side. But before, we cannot send variable if we don't have a script, right? So how this works? So let's call that script here. So I'm going to this file here, right? The file that's going to receive the variable. So I'm going to receive the variable. So first, I want to copy the variable I want to send, right? So I'm going to send those variable, okay? So I'm going to receive. So let's do with one variable, for now. Let's do simple, right? And let's do with one variable. So I'm going to the target file, and I'm going to create a script that says receive variable. So I have the receive variable, and I can do this. So, so I'm going to remove this for now. So I'm going to receive the variable, right, from the scripts, okay? So this is the receive variable on the target file. Now I'm going to the source file, right? And I'm going to create a script that says send a variable without spelling mistakes. Okay. Okay, I'm sending the variable with this. Okay. So how we do this, right? It's very simple. We need to perform a script, right? And the script will be in the other file, right? So here I have the list of scripts, right, on the current. And here, since the files are linked, I say other file, right? And I'm going to send in the parameter, I'm going to send the variable, right? So now I have this. So I have a perform scripts, this file on other file. Okay, so this script here will be performed on the other side, right? So now I'm going there. Of course, I'm going to say I want to receive the get script parameters, right? Because the variable here, I'm sending my name. I need to set the variable first. So I'm going to send my name variable to the other scripts that is located on the other side using as a parameter. I'm using the variable as the result of the parameter. And then here, this script will be show dialog, if I can do it, right? My name is, oops. What happened today? My name is, and my name, okay? My name is blog, okay? So let's see if it works. I'm here, I'm Nick. So if I perform that script, boom, my name is Nick, okay? So how, let's debug it, right? So I'm setting the variable. So in the file here, I have my variable here, but here I am in that file. I am not there yet, right? I'm not there yet, right? I'm in this file, in this one. I'm not there. I am on that file, variable, okay? So now I'm performing the scripts on the other side. So this script here is on the local file. And this script here now that is running is on the other file, is running on the other file. So now I go there. So, but unfortunately, so here I have my name here. So I have now, so let's do it again. Let's do it again with the data viewer open. Okay. So I'm opening this script, right? Here I am now in this file here. I'm setting the variable, but on the other side, I don't have the variable yet. Okay. So now I perform the script on the other side. The variable is not there. Now it is, right? And the dialog belong to the other file. This is performed on the other file. It is not very complicated to do that, right? So to play with the two files like this, and since we're there, we can play a little bit with the two files, right? Because it is great to use that technique, okay, to perform script like this, okay? Because when you have two files like this, so you send the script is performed on the other file. So, for example, you can have a great example, something that I'm working on right now. Okay, there's one server A, that is hosting the file, this one, and then you have another server, another machine with another file. Okay, and when you want to dispatch, for example, the efforts in many servers, for example, okay? So you say, okay, I want something heavy to happen on another server. Like, you want to import, do some stuff, or print a PDF, and then get back the PDF, right? From one file to another, okay? So that's something that you can do. You can perform the script on another server, then it's not draining, because if you perform a script from here, and the script is, you have a script that, if you launch the script for, so that the phrasing, if you launch the script from here and you perform the script here, this server is a server will receive the load, not this one. Correct? This is the server that will do the load. So you can do many things like this, right? So you can, from one file that's run on server A, say, okay, open that file on server B, do heavy tasks there, and come back with the results on this one. So now let's do something else. Let's bring back the results of something, So let's back the result of something. Like, let's say, for example, I want this, I have 11 records, right? And I want to be Nick. I'm doing Nick like this. So pretty much I'm going to reproduce what I have here. Marge. Pretty sure I have Rick. Pretty sure I have Scott, and pretty sure I have Stu. Right? So, but I want multiple time Marge, and I want multiple time Nick. You want more Nick. Okay. So it's my name day, by the way, 6th of December.
Oh,
Yeah. Here in Greece, everybody was celebrating. We don't celebrate their birthday. We do more the name day here. So it's a big
so
day. And Saint Nicholas, it's Santa Claus, right? Pretty much, because it's the it's the send pattern of the kids. So, and their, Santa Claus come from there. Klaus, Nicholas, Klaus, Nicholas is the same root. Santa Claus is Saint Nicholas, right? So,
Yes, the Legend of Saint Nick.
eh?
I said
Yeah,
the Legend of Saint Nick.
the
It's been a
same
while
thing. Yeah.
since I've read up on it. But happy
So,
name day.
okay, thank you. So, let's say I want to do something. I want to do that on both ways. I want to send back and forth like this, right? I want to send back the results of something. So, let's do this. I have here on this file, I have an external data source. So I link to the other file, and I'm going here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to external data source, new, add a file, and I'm going to add this one. Okay. So that easy, right? So now both of them are connected, on both ways, right? So now on this file, I'm going to create another script, receive results, right? Send variable, receive results. And the result could be set variable, because I like to do this always, okay, about the variable in general. Okay. Use variable to bring everything on the table. Don't do this. Don't do this. I want show dialog, results. We found ampersand chook, get script results, right? Ampersand. We found get with result ampersand records. Right? So pretty much what I want to do, I want to go from here, search Marge on the other file, and tell me back here how many Marge I found. Okay, so simple. But here you see, I'm going to get the result from the file, the other file. I'm going to get the results. We're using the function get script parameter. But here, this is not a good way to do that. Why? Because I will never be able to see this until I pop the dialog. And sometimes you want to receive the result and be able to debug the results before you go too far in the script. When you imagine that you have a complex script, so you want to see the result up front, right? And make sure that the result's good, or you get the result, right? So you don't do this. What you do this. Okay? This. Oops. If I don't spell it well, right? You bring the script result in a results variable, and then you use the variable in the dialog. And you can see the dialog, the calculation, this calculation is much more easy, is easier to read. This is easier. We found result records. It's easier instead of having get script result or having something complicated. So imagine that you have something much more complicated there, right? And you understand? So it's easier to do this, right? So now that I have this script receive results, I can go here and say, okay, my receive variable is go there, perform find, right? I want to search my name. I'm going to say to MBS people to do that here. So I want to search on the name. I want to search my name, right? And then I want to. So this is received and receive variable and send results. Okay. So I receive the variable here, but remember these scripts. Okay. So yeah, but my demo won't be good if I do that. So I do this. And then when this done, because I could do that on one. I don't really need that, but it's okay. I want to do another demo. So I receive this, right? So for the demo, I want to do that. So I receive the variable, and then I send the results, right? So I receive the variable, I receive this, I perform the find, right? And then I perform the script here, the send results, right? Using the get script results. So let me explain. Okay. Oh, no, sorry. I don't have them. It gets font count. So I receive the variable with my name on the other file. I perform find. And then here, I perform the script to send the result back over there. Right? Right? So far. This script will be, right? Set variable results. And I'm going to get the gets results, right? On that script, because this script here, I'm perform this, right? On the parameter, yeah. No, sorry, it's the parameter. Yeah, I'm confusing myself. So I need to explain. Here, over there, I'm performing the script receive variable on the other file. That means I send variable there. Here, this script, so the script I'm performing here, this script here, receive the variable, perform find, and then I'm performing another script on this file, right? With the font count as a parameter. So I search, and this script, I gather the font count, right? And here the result. So I can say font count, right? Font count. I can say, and I take the script parameters. And then here, these scripts, we perform a script on this file and is receive results, correct? And I'm sending this as a parameter. Okay, so who understand this? I'm not sure people understand.
We do have a question from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
PSOS runs where
go
the
ahead.
script PSOS runs where the script resides, even if my file is hosted on a different server? Question mark.
No, PSOS run on the script on the server where you sent where the is okay. PSOS are performed on the server where the file lives. So if you are on other files and you perform a PSOS here, the server used will be this one. If you perform a PSOS from this file, the server used for the PSOS will be where this file lives. So the PSOS is performed on the server where the script is living. But that's a particularity with PSOS is right? So with the perform script on server, so that is where. Okay, can I finish my stuff here and then I come back there?
Yes.
Okay. So, do we have any other question? Oh, who understand this? The send received.
People are saying that it's clear so far. So
Okay, so now let's see how this works. Okay, so receive results. I get the results, but this is not script parameter. Result is script parameter. Yeah. Okay. So I am on Nick, for example. I'm performing that send variable. So I get the name, which is Nick. Okay. So far, so good. Now I am on the other file. I am on other file. Okay, I am on this file. I'm not there anymore. I'm on this file. See, you see the name of the script here and the name of the file here. I am on other file, right? I'm on the other one. I set the variable. So the variable now is there. I perform restore, right? I perform. So I have a get found count now. Now this script now is running. I'm setting the found count, which is this. I found 3. I performed the script. Now I'm back on the variable. So see, I start from variable. I went to that exactly what I want to show you. That's why I built that way. I know we could have been much simpler than this, but I start with variable. I went to the other file. I did the search. This, I'm sending the results, which is 3 as a parameter. And now I am in receive results, which I set the variable, and then I have the custom dialog. But I want to show you something here to understand very well. Here, I have my name variable in that script, but that variable lives in that script. Here, I have my name because I built it, I set it again. Here, I have found count, but I don't have my name anymore because I changed scripts and they are local variable. And here, I have results, and then I'm going to use results. And you can see now the benefits because I can run like I can do this. So let's say you have a complex script with many variables, right? Or, I mean, many parameters. Imagine the case. I'm here and I try to understand why my freaking stuff doesn't work. Okay. And I have this call stack stuff here. And I have all my scripts that they are open like this, right? And let's say I have 5, 6, 7, 10 variables for each script. And I want to know what's going wrong. So if you put everything on the table and you have all the variables on the table, right? On the table, you can see what's going on. You can see, okay, here, yes, it's okay, I'm good. Here, I'm good. Here, I'm good. Here, I'm good. If you don't have the variable, there's no way you can see the results. If you just use the result to set field, for example, if let's say you have a set field with a calculation, no, it's not good because the calculation, the result of the calculation, you will never see it. But if you say set field calculation results, you do the calculation in that variable, and then you use the result of the variable into the calc, into the set field, right? In that case, you can see it, right? Like here, if I didn't have this, no way I can see I have 3, right? So, I mean, yeah, I have here, but it's not the same. If let's say you have many variables, right? You understand that? Okay. So, and then I have the custom dialog. Okay, we found 3 records, right? and boom, right? So this is how it works. So now, let's say the PSOS, okay. Even though it's not the topic of the webinar, but I'm pretty much done with the webinar also. I mean, we could stay a week more talking about why a variable, but I want to stay, like, simple. So the PSOS, I can do something like this. I can say perform scripts on server. Let's say this one. So this script here will be performed on this script here. We will perform on that file, on the current file. But also I can say perform a script on server on the other file directly from here. So you understand the power here. So you can say, okay, I want that script to happen on the other file on server. So let's say you have a script, go million records, do a replace, do a calc, do a summary, go to a layout, save a PDF, for example, and then insert the PDF back and insert and send back the result in that file here. So you can do that. So you can have multiple servers and dispatch the efforts. So you can say, okay, I have a printing server, right? So this is my printing server, right? So I can use it for printing. Or I have my web scraping server. It's a server that go to the net, do some scrapping on, or an API server, or you have an OCR server. Okay, so you can have a main server, right? A production server. Then you have a printing server, and then you have a OCR server, for example, right? So you can have this. This situation, I have it somewhere that the customer had so much load on one machine, so you have to do that. Okay, you have to do their dispatch, and the data are sent over there like hourly, right? The new data are sent directly from one server to another using the server API. Okay, so but you can do that. You can perform multiple. You can perform the server perform script on server directly from the other file, so you don't even see anything. So that means pretty much you use the file as a bridge to talk to the server immediately. So you talk to the server, right? And of course, we can have multiple files on the same server and do that, right? You understand that? So that's pretty cool. That is a very, very advanced feature of FileMaker, that you can dispatch this on multiple servers, right? So it's to unload the problem, right? So like this. Of course, you can have also when you have multiple files like this, you can have what we call the separation model, right? So you can have a separation model. So what a separation model is this. Let's close this, right? So I have a table here with one field, right? But I want to be able to talk to this data here from here. I want to see them. I want to be able to use them as if that table here was part of this. So how we do? So you do that. You go to the relationship map and you create an occurrence to the other file, and you select that table here in italic, in oblique means this is part of the other file. Okay. So now that I have an occurrence with that table that is part of the other file, I can do this. Right? I can do a layout from this file here, from the variable file. I can have a layout that comes from the other file. Correct? So this layout here this layout is coming from the other file, right? And I can put my field here. So those 15 records here, they are the one they're here. Demonstration. See, I have other file here. This is another file. Okay. And this here is my variable, but I have a layout now displaying the data that are there. Demonstration. If I change this, it changed there. If I change this back, it changed there. Correct? If everybody understood that?
Over my head, but I'm listening. So do you want to try explaining in a different way if you can?
Yeah, okay. So in FileMaker, we can create a layout only if we have an occurrence, right? So let's delete everything. Delete. Delete. Let's say now I have two files, but that's my two files. But I want to display, I want to be able to use the data I have here on that file here. I want to be able to use that file here in a layout in that file, not having two windows. I want that layout to be included in that one, right? Like merging both files, okay? But you have two different files, but they will appear. So you go to the relationship map and you create an occurrence. Here, the plus button. Add occurrence. Here you have the data source. I have two sources, I have the current file, which is always there, and I have other file because I create a link. And of course, now I have all the table available on the other file, right? And when that happens, it's FileMaker shows you this in italic. Is in italic. This one is not. This one is italic. And here it shows you the source table is other file. And it shows you the source file is, right, desktop other file.fmp12. Here it says is the source table job, but the data source is current file. I'm in the file. Here it says, no, data source is another file. It's file max / Macintosh HD. Okay, it's different. It's another file. It's not the current file. So this occurrence is available to me for anything. I can do a link. I can, if I want. I can do whatever I want. It's now this occurrence, it's like it was inside that file, but the table is not existing in that file. The table or the file, this table here exists on the other one. right? So I can use this now. I can use this as a real, if the table was part of it. So now, since I have this table, when I have this occurrence, I can go easily create a new layout using that occurrence to create a layout, because now this occurrence, the data, everything is part of that file. So I can say other file. And now I have a layout in variable, but the data is coming from that table on the other file. So now I can use that table. It's a, you know, but now the data are now part of this, even if the data leaves in that file. But I can access them. I can do stuff with them. I can do things with this, right? So imagine they can be on both. They can be on two different servers. They can be, whatever. You don't care. The only problem you will have is the speed. If the connection between two servers are slow, okay, you understand that? So sometimes, so I'm building something right now. I'm building something. I'm building. Somebody has one server per state, and if so, 50 server. Imagine you have 50 servers, and you have the same file on 50 servers, but the data are different, right? But the file is same. So 50 servers, 50 data, but they have data shared for the 50 states. So what you don't want is to duplicate this shared data on each server, because they are the same for the each. So that means if you make a change on this file, you need to duplicate it 50 times all the time. No, the best is to have one server. So you have a 51st server, 51 server. You don't have 50 server, you have 51, where you put this file that is shared by all the other states. So the other 50 server will talk to this 51 server, right, to gather data, right? So I'm using that technique here to connect them together, all of them, the 50, and to dispatch information and get information from that unique file where you have, it's a nationwide file, right? So yes, that maybe that worth it, or a webinar one day on this, do a demo, not with 50 server, but I will have 2 servers. And
I think that would be an interesting demo to do.
Yeah, complicated to build, by the way, because it's, but this is a very powerful way to, when you have a server, you have a lot of loads, you have a lot of clients. So that means you have 200 people, 400 people on one server. That happened, right? So the best way to dispatch those, okay, on multiple servers, right? Because otherwise, one server, but this is not a FileMaker problem, right? People say, "Oh, FileMaker is no, it's not a problem." Or do you think your bank website is one server? Not really. Do you think that? It's 10, 15, 30 servers. You don't even, you see, and you can see sometimes, you see the address on top changing completely, right? So the address, that means it goes to another server, and the page is living in another server, and sometimes even the look is not the same. So I know, for example, my bank, the page for the credit card, right, is not the same server of the page for my statements. right? On the same website, so it's not a FileMaker problem. So all the server people, every technology that use server has the same problem. You don't have one server, you have multiple. The only problem with FileMaker that is not easy to dispatch this and this and this is in two servers. So that means you have other technology like I don't want to name them. So you just decide what you want there and what you want there. So you say, okay, it's like being able to say, oh, I want that table to be on that server, that table to be on that server, and that table to be on that server. That would be great if we could do that, right? Right? No? Okay. Or all the technologies say, okay, yeah, that script I want to perform on that server, but that's one I want to perform on the other one, right? So FileMaker cannot do that, but we can do the same in a different way, right? We can, but it requires some knowledge, some good understanding. So I mean, it requires to make sure that you can put everything on your mind, to understand this, send this, then there, connect this, right? So, we have any questions?
Thanks, Nick. You've added another dimension to my thinking today.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, dispatching a multiple server. Sometimes I see the most the most that I'm seeing on this that I built in my life. It's a printing server, right? It's an OCR server, right? And it's a import server. You import the data and then you dispatch the data. So you have an import. You have a server that imports. That what is doing importing, right? Using a bot, right? So you have a bot on the server that imports the file. So you send this. So for example, from here, I could have sent a PDF on the. So yeah, okay, that's something we can do. We can. I'm writing down. I'm going to write down the idea of doing a demo like this, right? Multiple servers. So what we can do with multiple servers, pretty much, how to manage multiple servers, what you can do, or how you use multiple scripts, how you dispatch, and how, for example, I can build a printing server, which is very simple to do, and with a simple printing PDF stuff, and or export Excel, something like, you import data, you do some calculation, and you export Excel and you want the file back, right? Because yes, we can insert the file from server to a container. Yes, it's possible. So, because the last time I talked about this, I was saying that insert file on server is not available, but insert from URL is. So now you understand. I'll let you go, get you loose, and see you next week.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, Nick. As always, it's much appreciated.
Thank you.
Everyone have a lovely day. I will see you
Yes.
all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you next week, Nick. Bye.
Yeah.
individual up here who maybe a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.